No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollock with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Wolverines offense going to get the chance to start this game off. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football. But we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games.
Breaks into the open. He has the first and still on his feet. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They're going to ride this running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Direct snap. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Quickly to the tight end. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Johnson looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Haynes. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd down? From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Fires deep toward the end zone. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
The Huskies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw on 3rd. Got his man downfield. There he goes. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. And the Huskies trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Washington.
first rodeo. I've been in this kind of situation. Down by the goal line, I'm getting outside, and I'm taking it in myself.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So here comes the Michigan offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
On the direct snap, it's Haynes. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Johnson wants to throw it. Caught behind the line. It's Haynes. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Now facing a 3rd and long. The play action fake. Pocket breaking down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Off the play fake on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lawson. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looks as if he's going to run it. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Ready to fire from the pistol. On the move. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Get it out on the screen. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down. It'll bring up a big decision. Washington sends out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Johnson looking to throw. Soft spot in the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful a reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
To the air on first down. Time to take a shot. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown Wolverines. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
And he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every... Sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more fit.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Well, that inside linebacker is a freak of nature for multiple reasons, and it's hard for a lot of these smaller running backs to have to pick him up in pass pro, not just because of his speed, but he's also big and strong.
The Huskies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Plucks it out of the air. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. Gets the job done on third down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down. Washington coming to the line with another first down. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? They send the tight end in motion. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
On third and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the fourth down.
The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. takes it on the return. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Wolverines with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Johnson wants to throw it. Under fire. And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
Kick action fair. Kicking team.
So the offense picks up 15 yards after an egregious blunder on special teams. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Pressure's there and he gets rid of it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Pick up a 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Wants to go up top. Just a short pass to the tight end. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. To the ground with the back. Nice move there. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running.
Oh, it's a fumble. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. On 1st and goal, let's see what Washington does. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 1st and goal for the offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Old Dominion fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. They're trailing by just 4 to Marshall. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. On a little time, lets it go. Grab near the marker. It's Johnson. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
And when you dial up the flea flicker, you're looking for an explosive play, and that's exactly what they got. One-on-one, wide open. You get the pitch from the running back.
Oh, he's got some space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. As productive as these two offenses have been early, you really can't afford an empty possession here. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. It's Lawson. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Back to throw, it's Dampier. Pulls it in, it's Green. Got room at the 35. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming. Little touch pass to the receiver. Finding an escape route. Touchdown, Husky! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. We can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They're looking for an advantage to the right. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Moving out of the pocket. That's caught. It's Morgan. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the...
Turning it on! He's brought down the one to play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. If you're starting like that, now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
Looking for the score. Ball into the end intercepted. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Just under half a minute to go before the break. They'll take over 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Dampier. Hauls it in. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. The short hand. It's Boston. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the 1st half. Clock's still running. Almost certainly the last play of the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Seattle for an interesting 1st half than you? And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. And with that, let's head back to the gorgeous Pacific Northwest and the fellas at UW.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Wolverines will boot it away to start the 2nd half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They got plenty done through the air in the 1st half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the 2nd half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Back to pass, it's Dampier. Wide open downfield. On the move at the 30. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. Washington hoping to make this defense bow down in the red zone. Wants to throw on 1st down. Flips it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back. Just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing.
He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. Might be calling a hot route. Johnson looking to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. Rolling, throwing, looking right. He's got it on the outside.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the third quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate? The defense isn't going to be expecting it. They took the shot, they hit it, and this offense is up.
The Wolverines with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. And this is the type of defense that have made the Huskies a factory for pro players.
Yeah, and Reese, when I think about Washington football, I think about defense, I think about right place, right time, great thought process, just physical, make you earn everything they get every single year.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. And the Wolverines have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. He's got him. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. This crowd knows when to bring it. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And great recognition by the corner. That touch pass after he throws to the quarterback, it's a pass. He can't throw it forward again. Nice job understanding that, flying up, coming and making the big tackle in the open field.
And they fail to hook up on third down.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay a big difference.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun. Give on the inside. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going.
Trying to get behind the defense. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Washington sends out the punt team. They'll look to pin them deep. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They marched to the end zone the last time they had it, do it again, and they'll be on top. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Back has it. Oh, they're after him. It falls incomplete. How about the trickeration on first down that just goes awry?
Really good defense. You're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
So now it's 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. On the move to the right. to go. Gets it down to the 37. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
I'm trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier.
Johnson wants to throw it. He's got the tight end. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. It's complete to the left. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He wants it all. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting it, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the catch.
Caught in the backfield. It's Morgan. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. This dude is putting in work out of the slot, and he is just wearing out this defense.
Man, you see it, Reese, in football. These slot guys are so quick, so athletic. You back them up off the football so you can't get hands on them, and you just find ways to continue to get him the football. He's making plays, so I'm going to continue to throw it his way.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quick pass on the jet motion. Touchdown, Michigan! And that one will give them the lead. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. One final play before the end of the quarter. They'll go to the ground, and they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass. It's Dampier. Fires left. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's throwing for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Caught in the backfield. It's Gaines. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Makes the catch. It's gained. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. So here comes the Michigan offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Snap to the back. Got it behind the line. It's Johnson. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wideout. Johnson looking to throw. Caught on the outside. It's Haynes. That running back looks as if he'd be at home in the receiver room with that footwork along the sideline.
Yeah, Reese, this defense is going to have their hands full because this is a complete running back. It's not good just blocking or running with the football, but you can catch it as well.
Finds his big tight end. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal. This offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. Wideout trying to get it in. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? Just a crushing mistake on the penalty wipes out the touchdown, and now they'll have to try to get it together and score again. And the Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He's looking to pass. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Made the grab in the end zone for the score. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, tuck the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Clark. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Got the quick pass. He'll be guided out of bounds at the 17, and a productive play there.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Harris. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Quickly out to the tight end. Breaks into the open. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Washington right back to the line.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That's reeled in. It's Harris. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain. It'll be 3rd and long. To the air. It's Dampier. Looking deep down the right side. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out fast. There he goes. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. They have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Sends it back in motion. Johnson wants to throw it. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for loss.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grab near the marker is Haynes. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
And I love the angle route, whether it's man or zone. If you throw it with timing and you wait for it to develop, most of the time it's going to come open. Great job by the quarterback seeing it, hitting the running back.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll throw it from the red zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Michigan! They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
On to attempt the try. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Old Dominion has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. Let's see how this coach tries to explain this. They're trailing by 18 to Marshall. Obviously, big implications here in the Sun Belt, and as this one plays out, we'll keep you posted.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
And they spike it and get the clock stopped.
Offside, defense.
What a costly mistake by this defense, and that really ought to do it, and the offense should be able to run out the clock. They'll give it to the back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Double time, hustling to the line to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Third down coming up.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45.
Let's go.
He did not make it a stonewall on 3rd down. They're either really confident or a little reckless as they go for it on 4th and long from their own 45. Throws for the tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. He spikes it. Clock stops as they try to rally late.
No gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to pass. It's Dampier. Got his man. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. All business.